Welcome back, everyone. I'm Setharoth, and today we'll be diving into episode 2 of our Druid playthrough. In our last episode, we investigated a lot of the survival aspects of this playthrough. One of the interesting elements is that once you get into closed areas, into buildings, into dungeons, the risk of exposure and of freezing to death and those kind of things drop. So dungeons like these are a safe place, relatively speaking, to set up a campfire and heat yourself up. Obviously, you run into some serious problems if the dungeon in question is already occupied, which is definitely going to be the case for the Embershard mines. Now, given that we're Druid, let's start with some sneaking. We'll avoid that little trap right there. Grab some mushrooms, because we will eventually... Oop. Here's something.
Are you worried someone will wander in here? The entrance isn't exactly hidden, you know.
This again? I told you, we have someone standing guard out there. And don't forget the rock trap we rigged up. So, stop your worrying and get some rest. Your shift is coming up, and I don't want you dozing off again like last time.
Line up for me! I nicked one of them. Okay, let's see if we can get these guys 2 for 1. And there we go. That was pretty, actually. Let me just appreciate the eyes. He doesn't have Druid powers yet, but he looks like, that's cool. That is cool. Alright, let's see. So we're to the point where weight is going to start being an issue soon. Booze are actually not the best thing to drink because they will dehydrate you faster, so you want to be careful about those. I don't think we actually have a situation in which we would use mead, but the shovel, but we can definitely sell the light armor because I am planning on getting into town after this. Where's the other bandit? Here we go. Get a nice circlet. And what's expensive? Hide armor, 4x. Okay. What we got down here that we can use? Got some more mushrooms. Nice little campfire going on here. You are comfortable and damp. So remember, it was raining outside, so that got me damp. So if I'm exposed to the wind right now, I'm going to freeze to death pretty quick. But now that I'm next to a campfire, I am beginning to warm up, and in just a little bit, I will be able to... Well, all those debuffs from being cold, or being at risk to exposure, will go away. Meanwhile, let's make sure I have everything I need. And we're going to exit the warming hand state, because I think we've warmed up enough now. And we're not going to worry about mining for this playthrough. If I was doing this as more of a Skyrim playthrough, I would certainly be mining, because there's a cool thing you can do with smithing and alteration to power level your character. But we're not going to be getting into that in this video, because we are doing total Druid. And Druids are not much for smithing. At least if you've played any 5th edition D&D. I think in 2nd edition you could actually nullify a Druid's powers by just using handcuffs, like iron handcuffs. If you had them in contact with iron, they would lose their magic.
Time to end this little game.
Yep, so much for stealth, but I just needed some running room. Oh, that's... Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, stay right together. Come on, you gotta hug each other. Line up for me. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got. Lockpick, can always use one of those. I guess another batch of armor. I guess you always try and get a 1 to 10 ratio in value for the loot that you're trying to sell, but I'll probably have to be a little more judicious later about that because I'm already at 216 in my weight capacity. Let's see, so we've at least found a spot where these guys are squishy enough I can just use my destruction magic and call it good. Let's see if we get a little bit of sneaking in while I do some picking. I think there's some mushrooms over here in the corner if I remember. I may have run this dungeon before, like every Skyrim playthrough I've ever done.
You picked a bad time to get lost.
And you Picked a bad occupation. We got keys, iron. 1 to 10 for armor. 1 out of 10 is the only thing with a 1 out of 10 ratio. I don't think there's any loot in here. There's not. What's in here? Alright, sacks of food. That's kind of the nice thing about a survival game is usually if I'm doing a Skyrim run, I'm not paying much attention to food and leather goods and shelter or anything like that. So I appreciate the survival run because you feel like all these items that you usually sometimes if you're doing like a fighter type that has a lot of strength, you might stock up on a lot of carrots and apples and then pause the game and eat a ton of them during mid-combat to heal up, but that's not what we're shooting for here. Alright, gold, enchanted mace, scroll of blizzard, staff of the familiar. Now that is much closer to what we're going to want for our druid character. So let's go ahead and add that to the list as well. Druid's all about using summons or very well-intentioned allies to keep between the bad guys and yourselves. Now, let's see. Not much. I forgot that I already put a perk into destruction. So we're gonna try and do this with pure magic and not worry about archery.
That's your best, huh?
That depends on my ability to. Oh, jeez, that was cool. You see that the animation popped up in the upper left corner. My bird for being Bosmer is signaling me. Oh, I have greed problems apparently. Let me just drop that dagger. Iron greatsword I definitely don't need. Iron sword I also do not need. And let's get moving because the other guys are coming and they have arrows. Now my bird just signaled me for something. Last time it signaled me by marking an opponent. Oh dude, he didn't notice. Ha! I incinerated one of his buddies and he did not notice. Interesting. Okay, well let's just get my mana stocked up and then level up my stuff a little bit. Can I get close enough? I'm not quite close enough to burn him. Oh, actually, oh jeez. You're gonna be more of a challenge. Excuse me. Woo. Okay, let's get moving. I have no intention of being robbed by you. Plus, I'm a druid. We're not big on material possessions. Alright, where's the big guy? That was a big guy with a warhammer. We definitely do not want to take on both these guys simultaneously. There you go. Somebody missed. And my weight's just about full. So let's just get back over this way. Zigzag, zigzag. We'll throw in a jump. There we go. Okay.
You start running, so I can stab you in the back.
Haha! Zigzag, 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 and set on fire. There we go. Alright, hunting bow. I think that might be better than what I already have. Because I have... Oh, no, they're just all in the hunting bow category. Okay. And let the looting begin! Best part of Skyrim is the loot. I love that they reward you for investigating every nook and cranny. They did a good job of building that into the game. And I'll take all those. Let's see what else we got here. Wine, no good. Rabbit, absolutely. Nice warm fire. Ooh, grilled. Oh, there's food here. I never thought to check these for food before. Cool. And because we're in a survival playthrough, it actually is necessary, to live. I like that. Okay, and I have weight issues, so I'm not taking everything because I still need to be able to walk. I'll definitely need the gold. Okay, let's see. And nope. And oh, aha! There we go. All right, without breaking a pick. If I was a thief, I'd be so proud of myself right now. We're not doing mining, so that's not this type of playthrough. This guy's going to be more of a caster. And okay, I think... Oh, no, I forgot to loot this place. While I may not be interested in actually mining, I am interested in... No, stop. I missed. I'm not interested in mining, but I am interested in selling loot. And we might as well get a level up. Ooh, oh, we're close. Once we get one more level, we'll put another perk into destruction, and then we'll be a bit better off, because we'll have a little more efficiency with my flame spells, and a little more damage. Cannot argue with that. I want to pick you. Come on. Can I get you? No? Please? No. Alright. Ah, the sad day of the alchemist, when you just can't quite reach the plants you want to pick. Is there anything useful down there? There's a path under there. Huh. I've never seen that before. I've never noticed that before. Okay. Just a little bit of light. What's around here? I don't think I've been around here before. Oh, did I miss a... Wait. Oh. I'm smart, I promise. Okay, moving on. What's left of my dignity will remain buried in the Ember Silk Mine. No one is quite sure why the Draugr walk the halls of Skyrim's burial crypts, but some believe they once served the dragons ages ago, and cursed with undeath for their treachery. That's kind of an odd thought. I always thought they were like buried in honor, you know, as the guardians of the crypts. I never thought of being cursed to protect. Like if you were going to bequeath someone as the guardian of your ancestors' remains. Ooh, my bird speaketh. Oh no, come on. I know there's a cool buff I can get, a cool power, if I obey the call of my bird and go after what he wants me to hunt. But if you get immersed in that water for too long, you can actually have, die of exposure. You know what? I'll show you guys. Okay, time for cold. Wait, did I hear someone screaming? Alright, moving on. Alright, what am I after here? Whatever that is. My bird is drawing me to my next target that I may become closer to nature and my Bosmer self. Don't know what you are, but I apologize. Okay. Alright, so the bird's happy. I'm one step closer towards that new racial power, but I am cold and getting colder. So, unfortunately, I don't think having the flame spell prepped will actually warm you. Oh, geez, and now I have an inventory issue. Okay, well, I'm sure there's something here we can dump. I will not need ale. I will not need... Where's all that armor I was stocking up on? Yeah, I don't need all this extra fur armor. Okay. Alright, let's get over to Riverwood. Technically, once you get indoors, you can stand next to a fire and heat up. But I will also need food, so you are chosen. And, okay, while we're at it, I'm warm and damp, but the air is getting colder. So, if I were stuck outside when things got bad, or when things got cold, I would be in trouble. And I am debating, there's an extra setting you can add to this mod, so that when you die, when you succumb to exposure, right now it's set so that if I go hypothermic and pass out, I'll awaken somewhere else. And the story excuse for that is someone found me and dropped me off somewhere, right? However, another option, I guess, is to set it to where if you die of exposure, you just die, which certainly sounds more realistic, and I might go to that level as well. We're going to go ahead and pick up this quest.
No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this.
But I want to talk about this.
I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop. Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I could help get you the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those
Deal.
thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
Sir, if I'm going to be getting those thieves, I'm going to need
Some
some
may call
resources.
this junk. Me, I call them treasure.
Notice in the upper left corner it says I'm completely dry because I actually happen to be standing next to his fireplace. Alright, let's do some selling. Let's see. I should probably hang on to the bow for now because if you're out of mana, that's really your only other option. I'm tempted to hang on to this for de-enchanting purposes, but I'm far away from an enchanter, so I think I'll just take the money. I've got my woodcutter's axe. We can get rid of the black mage's gear, circlet. I don't need a mask, I'm not a criminal. I can get rid of the fur, gloves, necklace. We won't need hide. Fur is actually better than hide for armor and for protection from the environment. Get rid of the robes. I already have a large knapsack, I don't need a small one. Lots of boots. Ring of Minor Magicka. We won't be needing minor wielding. Minor Squire might... We'll hang on to that for disenchanting purposes, because actually enchanting your armor to protect you better is really a good idea. Let's go ahead and sell the jewelry, though. We won't need the poison. Oh, he's out. Perfect. Alright, I like to get them to the point where they're out of gold, and then you look at what you have left and what you want from them, and you make your choices. So we have a couple of options here. There's actually a survival-based spell that lowers your exposure. So that helps you if you're stuck in a rainstorm. You'll last a little longer before you die of exposure. We do want to boost alteration. So the best way to do that is the Oak Flesh spell. Fury is going to be useful for breaking up some of our tougher fights. Any larger groups, so they're fighting each other and not me. Let's see, we've got 1,000 gold left over, so let's grab Frostbite in case we need ice damage. Yeah, what the heck, we'll get Soothe. It's good theatrics and Raised on. I don't usually get into the wards much. Usually I'm too busy trying to do damage. Okay, let's do some studying. Nice.
So now you don't have to go.
Okay, now we've just leveled up, so let's go ahead and put another perk into Destruction. So destruction spells now cost 50% less magicka, and they're 0.5% more powerful per level of destruction. So mine are 16% more powerful right now because I have 32 destruction. We're going to keep pumping that for now because that's just going to go well for me. Alright, now let's go ahead and... There's another mod I put in Persaide's Taverns and Inns that actually makes using an inn more of a tactical choice.
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
While we're at it, let's do some alchemy. Did I already test these? Oh, I haven't eaten these yet. One sec.
Did you hear me?
Sometimes they treat alchemy like your 2-year-old child. You just, put it in your mouth and see what it does. If it makes you feel good, then it's okay. If it kills you, then you'll know it was not okay.
Greetings, Gord. I guess you don't have to.
Alright, let's see. So, we're going to stock up on Magicka potions first, and then health potions. And then I guess we can sell the damage potion. Okay.
If you want someone's business, point out the stain on their chest plate or the blood on their boots.
Alright, so let me show you the
rooms and food.
Alright, so let's pick up some rumors and bounties while we're at it.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Alright then.
Halted stream camp. That we're not going to get into that until later.
There have been whispers. A boy up in Windhelm, name of Aventus Aretino, been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood.
I don't think we're going to do the Dark Brotherhood in this run because it's not really a druid
shrine
thing.
of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Shrine of Azura. I mean, that's technically serving like a positive deity, so maybe.
Nobody trusts those mages way up north in their college. Gods only know what they do up there.
And I'm definitely going to want to learn magic.
Word is, Ulfric's Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's only gonna get worse now.
Dun dun dun.
We've got something of a love triangle here in Riverwood. Faendal and Sven, both vying for Camilla's affections.
Okay, I think that's it.
Here, take a look at this.
Beware of necromancers. That's new. I don't think I've seen that one before. Investigate Brittleshin Pass. Interesting. From Falkreath to Right Run. Actually, that's close to where we're going for the Claw
Until
quest.
next time.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna leave Delphine alone. Oh, it
You
sounds
are
like
going
it's
to
raining.
prove a new
Oh yeah,
battle
there's that
right
one last
like
thing I wanted to show you
Just
guys.
a cook.
Because if I try to
Barrel for
use
Oklahoma.
this
You're that
to rent a
visitor
room,
from
see,
Oklahoma.
notice this is one of the cheaper
No.
facilities in Skyrim, and it's 50 gold. They go up to 100, 150, so it really forces you to be tactical,
I ain't
especially
looking
early
for
on in the
friends.
game when you don't have a lot of resources. And of course, I just spent most of my money, so oh, I've still got quite a bit actually, so I might be okay. And it's raining, so I want to
What do
wait
you
until the
want?
weather lets up anyway.
We don't get a lot of.
Let's go
Sure
ahead and
thing.
rent a room.
It's yours for a day.
I think we get the one on the left. Yes. I don't think they have anything else here. It's kind of funny that they give you a room, but you can't get stealing to use any of the resources in the room. It's kind of weird. Okay. Oh, wow, it's noon, but it's raining so hard that... Because you remember, the Bleak Falls Barrow is way up in the mountains in the snow, and that's difficult to handle right now because we don't have that full gear. So we definitely don't want to... We'll try that in the morning, which means we're going to be resting for a long time. Let's see. So this puts us at midnight, 1 a.m., 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 a.m. We'll head out at 8 a.m. the next morning and see how we're doing after that. Okay, then we'll take off into the... I guess we can pick then between hunting necromancers or doing the main quest. Or I guess we could go up to Helgen too to check that out. Oh, that's
The
cool.
name's Hjormir.
Did you hear that? That was
Just
my
the man for the
belly.
job.
My belly was
The name's
telling me how
Hjormir.
hungry I am. I think that's a great
Man for
touch
the
to the
job.
game. Like you can actually hear it. Got some water and last for the eating. There we go. All right,
Mara bless you for agreeing.
let's go.
You're not from around here. That makes two of us.
Anything you
Thank
need?
you for noticing. The glowing eyes must have given it away. Alright, so to avoid exposure, we're actually going to use the bridge, like a sane person. Ooh, fish. Food is good. Okay. Alright, so we already put an extra perk into destruction, so we should be okay if we get into trouble. Okay being a relative term. If we're up against bandits, there's another mod that I'm using, the Organized Bandits of Skyrim. It's fun because it adds in a lot of different varieties to the types of... Oh, hello. Goodbye, sir. To the bandit. There's like 50 or 60 different types that they have different armor, different weapons, different combat styles, the whole kit and caboodle, which is really nice. And you can also, I just found out yesterday, you can use that mod to add in extra troops into every bandit camp. So you can really make things more challenging by cranking up their numbers. For the purpose of this playthrough that is more Druid and wilderness survival oriented, I'm considering using that as my primary dungeons to overcome, rather than going through the same dungeons that we always... I've never noticed this before. Mushrooms! No, just kidding. Alright, let's see what's in here. Okay. I did not know about this. Very cool. Ah, dang it. I forgot a camp stove. I think you can buy a cooking pot. I think you can buy a cooking pot in the Riverwood trader, but... I forgot. I got so excited when I saw all those spells. Speaking of which, I should probably double check those. Alright, so if we're in trouble, we're going with flames. If someone's dead, we can raise a corpse to back us up. Definitely going to want healing to be favorited. Fury to break up groups. Oak Flesh for alteration. Okay. This is going to be... okay. Well, we'll probably just stick with flames for now. Because I know if I can put 1 or 2 perks in each of those schools, then you get that 50% mana cost reduction, which obviously is helpful, when, especially if you are using destruction magic for your form of attack. Because if I give 2/3 of my mana to cast alteration on myself, it's not going to be that helpful. What is going on over there? Is that giant? I know that's a skeleton. Is that a Draugr fighting a skeleton? What the? Weird. Okay, this should be interesting. As long as we don't, you know, die in the process. What is that? Okay, so it looks like a necromancer fighting... oh, Anise is the old woman that lives in the castle. Stay, or in the little cabin. Stay away from her. Hey, be nice to Anise. Be nice to Anise. She never did anything to hurt you. Oh, jeez, you've got firepower. I don't know if I have enough to handle this. That is a weird, like, warding, twisting thing. This is what happens when I try to do immersive scrap. No, no, come on, just a little bit more. A little bit more! Ah, okay. Nope, nope. Potion time. Alright, restore magicka. Restore minor potion of healing. Finish him. Aha! There we go. Gimme. Ancient Nord Sword of Cold. That's it? Really? Okay. I feel like there's something... oh, what the... please, please no. Please. Ah! Okay, that's new. Like, it came back from the dead a second time. I have no idea how to kill that thing. Ah! No, 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 no. No, not dying. Not today. Not today. I will run for my life. Thank you, sir. How? Oh, jeez. Okay, alright, we're just gonna... alright, maybe the townsfolk will be better equipped to take that thing out. Fire should work, though. I don't know. That's new. Ah, okay. Well, they were not kidding when they were talking about the immersive... was this immersive encounters? I don't know. I've got a couple in there to modify your random encounters. And it adds a lot of great variety when you are a lower level. But obviously when you are... or lots of variety when you're at a higher level. But when you're at a lower level, you are more squishy. Particularly when you don't know how to kill... it came back! How do you stop a thing that comes back from the... I got nothing. I got nothing. Let's have a drink, I guess. So we're not going that way. I think we might have to just go back to our frugal wilderness existence for a while till we can level up a bit more. I was just in the river too. Let's make sure I'm not... I'm warm and the sun is radiant. Okay, so I thought that I would be drenched and exposed to the elements from crossing that river, but I think because it was that was a shallow part, like it wasn't even up to my waist, then it didn't apply those debuffs. So it's kind of cool that it took that into account as well, right? So given... oh, my bird has found something else to hunt. Alright, I guess we'll get through these guys first. Oh, that is the wrong spell. Gimme fire! This wolf is on fire! All the wolves are on fire. Hey, let's group together! Okay, we're at half magicka. We've got 2 of these things left to kill. Where's the other one? There you are. Come to daddy! There we go. Okay. That one's down. Ah! Whoa, oh, that's the one my birdie was marking. Okay. Oh, I mean, it's nice that my bird is pointing out things that I can actually use, right? These are creatures that have leather. I can use that for building stuff. But at the same time, it seems to go for packs and only show one of them, right? So it's like, look, there's one creature over there. You'll be fine. It's good. Just run along. And then he's got 4 or 5 friends. So, okay. That said, we will head back to my Druid camp and rest there, because I'm starting to feel like that's the only... This is the safe side of the river, it would seem. Harvest thistle. Cool. Yes, this is the safe side of the river. We're going to stock up on some firewood just in case, because if I can't use Riverwood, or I'm not using Riverwood to recover from exposure, we will need some decent firewood to keep us going. Wow. I'm not sure what you use to kill a skeletal mage that comes back from the dead. I don't know if you need... I mean, do you need a shout power? Do you need a restoration-based spell that banishes undead? I don't know. I have no idea. So we will have to figure that out by trial and error, probably after I've leveled up a little more. And I tried to cancel this process early, and the glitch is not having it. But it's still giving me firewood, so I guess we'll just ride this little thing to the end and have a whole lot of firewood in case things get cold. I guess we'll... Okay, no, I'm going to cancel this if I can. There we go, okay. I have a feeling it was going to sit in there and just bury me for a long, long time if I was not careful. So we'll head back to camp, and... I guess we could hop over to Helgen just to get that quest line started up in case it comes up later. I mean, I know while I'm exploring I'm going to run into dragons, and I would really like to successfully absorb their souls just for later use. You know, if this playthrough is particularly popular, then I will be sticking to it and doing other quests. I already have a couple modified quests that are Druid style in mind. But if people like this enough and want to keep seeing more of this playthrough, then I can totally bring in more quest lines. And if that's the case, then we would probably expand the Druid to taking care of the dragons and learning as many shouts as possible. It kind of makes sense to me that a Druid, to be at peace with nature, would want to vanquish the largest predators that want to eat and consume nature. Not to mention, you know, being a Druid and having dragon shouts kind of has a certain appeal. Although I have been thinking of doing a run as a bard, because a bard that uses music as magic but can also shout to do all sorts of crap sounds good to me too. Alright, we're going to investigate Helgen real quick. If you want to, you could take a right here, go into the dungeon, and do the same quest line for the campaign, but yeah, don't do that. This is a beautiful touch. So you got a burned corpse here, right? Body turns to ash as you touch it, but somehow a leather journal survived the attack. You are asked to read the journal. And is that Adventurer's Journal? I think it's Adventurer's Journal. Yes, it is. Okay. So you can either investigate the cave mentioned in the journal, which is actually the back entrance to Helgen, or you can warn the residents of Riverwood about the dragon attack. The cool thing is, if you look at the very end, at the last entry, he's telling you the story of your character when you start the campaign. So this journal was written by the character you would have made if you did the normal start, which I think was really clever. It kind of shows you killing off the potential for the old start in favor of the new one, which I think is pretty cool. And thankfully we picked a nice warm day in which to come up here, so I'm not dying of hypothermia, which I also approved. Alright, let's get back to camp, and then we'll take stock of our resources, our spells. Maybe we'll head down to Falkreath. Yeah, that'd be good. We can find some good quests down there. Usually the creatures there are not that powerful, so that might give us more opportunity to level up and build up our skills. And if we see any other skeletal mages, we know to run for our little druid lives. At least for now, anyway. I'm hoping I can do this playthrough as a solo character, but if not, there are some good followers nearby that we can draw from. Let's take stock of what we got. We've got our... Okay, so we can camp. We've got plenty of firewood, so we won't freeze. We've got some leather, garnets, rubies. Okay, so we're pretty stocked up. We've got stuff for survival. We've got food. We've got some potions. Oh, somehow I disabled the... Oh no, there it is. There's the knapsack. I thought it wasn't applied. Oh, a Ring of Minor Magic, I forgot to apply that. And there's another 10 points of Magicka. Ah, I forgot. So I had enough enchanted items on me to boost my Magicka by another 30 points. So that will certainly help. Let's see. I can't carry any. I wonder if I store items in here, if they'll stay in there throughout the game. I don't know. So we're going to do a little experiment and put in some decent stuff. I don't want to put anything too expensive in case it goes away. But I also don't want to put anything in there that I could need. You know what? Firewood is practically a renewable resource, so let's just put it in here. And I say that because we've got a firewood kit right there. And, oh, I forgot to pick up my tanning rack. There we go. Let's see. So okay, weight's under control. We're warm. We've got shelter. We've got a nice campfire. We're looking good. Okay, so that was kind of a failed attempt to get to Bleak Falls Barrow, just because, yeah, I don't know how to beat undead skeletal mages just yet. But we will figure it out, and our druid will become far more powerful as we continue on. I mean, you got glowing green eyes like that, he's got to get more powerful. Just has to. I just got to see this guy summoning like bears and the powers of nature. We're definitely going to be getting into that on further playthroughs. But for now, we are going to sign off, let this guy stretch out by the fire, and relax for the next challenge that appears. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. And if you have any thoughts, what are some ways do you guys think we can kill skeletal mages? Because apparently they're coming back from the dead now with this particular mod. Any thoughts, questions, concerns? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you later.